Ain't nothing worse than you got the sun beating down on your face, man. You're detailing a car, and you got this customer just hands on his hip, rocking back and forth, watching your every move. Man, it's like
they crawl through the trunk, look to the back seat.
Yeah, it's like you pull the seat down to get the vacuum, and he's like, "Hey, what you doing back here?"
Hand over your Range Rover, we take over. Can't make it up, but it's a makeover. Imitators gon' imitate. Honestly, some prefer fake. Some things I'm the same way, but when it comes to cars, get what you pay.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Labz podcast. I am your host, and I'm joined together with Mike. Mike, say what's up.
What up, what up? Oh.
Mike gets the horn.
Love the
Let's
horn,
go.
love the horn. Happy to be here.
We're here, man. Another episode, bro. We are rocking and rolling. Love it. Look forward to it every week.
Absolutely. Another episode in the books. More questions, more topics, more products. I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's start off with the topic of the week.
What do we got?
How to deal with tough customers. That's a big one.
Yeah, and it happens more often than we'd like to admit.
Absolutely. You know, customers, they don't, sometimes they just don't know what's wrong, and they just need something to be wrong. They're a little fearful about something, and they just need to be, heard. But specifically, I know in your industry, you have the ones who like to sit there and watch you.
Oh, yeah, we get that a lot.
They want to sit there. They want to get in there. You know what I'm saying? They want to, you're vacuuming that. Let me see.
Ain't nothing worse than you got the sun beating down on your face, man. You're detailing a car, and you got this customer just hands on his hip, rocking back and forth, watching your every move. Man, it's like
they crawl through the trunk, look to the back seat.
Yeah, it's like you pull the seat down to get the vacuum, and he's like, "Hey, what you doing back here?" Hey, just try not to touch that. No, man,
they leave a penny in there and a cup holder.
Oh, dude, and then you get the ones that like leave a $5 bill underneath the seat, like you're trying to set you up, bro. Stop it. Stop with the madness, bro. My vacuum goes. Oh, it must be in the vacuum. Let me open it up. No, I'm joking, man. It happens, bro. I ain't gonna lie. All right, again, we gotta get back on it. Whoop. Suck it right up. Man, all right, I'm sorry.
So how do you treat
Hey, let me tell you something. Where's my $5? Hold on a second. Let me look in the vacuum. And then what you do is you grab that $5 bill and grab all the dirt and
put it right in there.
Here you go, brother.
Here you go, sir. Oh, after you shampoo,
set me up.
It's all wet. Unbelievable. People are crazy, bro. People are crazy. So how do you or your guys? How do you train your guys to deal with someone like that?
Man, I'll tell you. Oh gosh, one of the tactics is jokingly. You can tell them to kind of, hey, we charge extra if you watch.
Right. Right, joke with them, lighten the mood.
Just kind of joking with them, lighten the mood, man. Hey, we charge double if you watch us.
Right.
And they kind of get the point and move on, some of them.
Right, joke around like, hey, I can't afford you, you know what I'm saying, to work with.
Yeah, man, I've had one that was tough in particular, and I remember I did the joke there, and he still stayed there. As a matter of fact, he had a lawn chair. And he just sat in the lawn chair and watched us. And I was like, man, that's just, nobody likes anybody watching you work. Nobody wants to be looked over. You know what I mean? Like, wait until the job's done. I'll get you out here. We'll look over everything. And if you're not happy, you point it out. We'll take care of it. Nobody wants to be watched while they're working. Like, it's just aggravating, right?
100%.
And so this one guy just sitting in the lawn chair, man, like cracking beers. He was cool. It was whatever. But we just don't like to be watched. You know what I mean? And so I walked up to him. We're getting ready to do windows. I said, hey, man. Here's a towel and some window cleaner. I'm going to need you to hit that front windshield.
What'd he say?
He was like, really?
Oh, he was probably down.
He was like, yeah, man, I'd love to help. Mm-hmm. I was like, this guy's cool. You know what I mean? Like, he just wanted to help.
Yeah.
He's just interested in the process.
Exactly.
So really, should we be bothered by someone who's just interested in the process?
Right, because someone who's watching isn't always a tough customer. Right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
For example, that guy. And some guys, some guys are lonely. You know,
exactly.
They're retired guys, especially here in Florida.
That's
and
it.
Our guys deal with it too. And as long as they're not kind of getting in the middle of things, getting in the way, and constantly talking, because that's one thing too. Some guys can be friendly, but if you're distracting my guys, and it's going to take an hour longer just because we're sitting there chit chatting,
right?
You know, my guys kind of have to get to work. You know, I train my guys to be like, hey man, I'd love to sit and talk, but I got to get this done. I got another job after this.
We get those customers all the time that love to talk, and I tell my guys, it's like you guys cannot get caught up on that.
Yeah,
you've got. Hey, my next job is from 12 to 1 and it's 11:55.
Exactly.
I've got to go. It's a 30-minute job, a 20-minute job. You know, I got to go.
All it is kind of setting the boundary with the customer. You don't have to be rude about it. You know, obviously have great rapport. The customer likes you. You're talking, but set the boundary. You're on a schedule. They understand.
That's it.
You know, so
most of them do. Exactly. There are those situations too, because what we're talking about, how to deal with customers, and when you have those problems arise where something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Because that's you know, when you said that, you made me think of that.
Absolutely.
When something goes wrong, where you damage something,
right?
How do you deal with that?
Right, and that's always, you know, when you damage something, it's always tough because you know you messed up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know, it's like, hey, I gotta fix this. I gotta take care of it.
Yeah.
And you have to, and the customer wants honesty.
Yeah.
You know, so
do you think like if it was something that, you know, for us, it's like something minor that they may not see. Mm-hmm. I've always learned that it's good practice just to point it out and get it over with.
Absolutely.
You know, and I feel like they appreciate that more.
That's why I tell my guys to do a mid walk around, you know, so in our steps, it's pressure cleaning, you know, prepping the area, sanding, and then sealing. So right before that sealing, in between sanding and sealing, I tell my guys, hey, stop midway through the job. Do your walk around. Point out the things that didn't come out.
Right.
Point out the little things that they might point out. You know.
Yeah.
And so a mid walk around always kind of solves that. If something little minor scratches or something that's already there, take pictures beforehand because that can save you a lot of hassle afterwards. You know. So if you're walking the car before you start, you see a little scratch on the windshield, take a picture of it or point it out to the customer so you don't get blamed for it.
That's good.
And then when customers, after the fact, after the job's been done, you've already been paid, they call you 2 days later because they noticed something and they're super upset.
Right.
You know, obviously they're in fear because they don't know if you're going to handle it or not.
Right.
2, they're probably a little angry because they're just now seeing it.
Right.
So the best thing you can do in that situation is just listen. You know, listen to the customer.
That's good.
When they're freaking out, when they're kind of going all over the place because they're full of fear and they're angry, they just need to be heard.
Yeah.
You know, so listen to them. You know, don't perpetuate or try to match their energy. You know, because if you try to match their energy,
it just gets worse.
It gets worse. You're going to end up arguing.
You're going to turn a mountain into a molehill.
Exactly.
Or a molehill into a mountain.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to turn a molehill into a mountain. That's
exactly. So listen to them. Come up with a solution. We've talked about this before in another episode. Try to meet them face to face. But most of the time, if you can just listen to them, let them know you hear them. Let's come up with something. What can we do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was your fault or not, you know, listen to them.
Yeah.
And usually can go a long way. So
yeah, I tell you, and one thing I'll say before we move on is learn. This is a good word, being tactful.
Yeah.
You know, and that's everything that you just explained right there, what you were saying.
Watch your tact and tone.
Exactly. And some of the best Google reviews that we have currently today have come on the back end of a mistake or a problem that we've resolved with a customer who pointed out something where we did something wrong.
We have 1-star reviews that you'll never see because they went back and changed them to 5 stars.
Exactly.
You know, because we resolved the situation.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, they're like, oh, 1-star review. They're not, you know.
Yep.
And it takes one phone call.
Yep.
You know, hey, listen, what's going on?
When you fix a problem, I think you gain a customer for life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know we have.
And we want to obviously limit our issues, but sometimes it's just the inevitable, you know?
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Happens, man.
You're going to deal with people. You're going to deal with upset people. And especially here in Florida, contractors, service-based industries, we have a bad name because there's a lot of people out here who do rip people off and don't show up, don't answer the phone call after the job's done.
Yeah,
you know?
it's common.
So if you set yourself apart in that, your referrals from neighbors will go through the roof.
Yeah, you're going to, that's
even
good.
if there's a problem.
That's a good point. That's good, Mike. That's good.
That's awesome. I love the topic of the week, but we do have questions.
I love the questions. Let's shoot into it, man. What do we got?
Question number 1, Gerald from Mississippi.
Okay.
I have a commercial account wanting services performed, 8 vans, 2 trucks. What should I charge? It's kind of a lot there. I think we need a little more information when it comes to,
absolutely
to what's going on.
Yeah,
there,
we need, that's not a lot to go off of, but I mean, it's a place to start. So Gerald, yeah, basically, man, you need to find out a little bit more information. You probably already have it, but what I would tell you is you need to know frequency. And you need to know what services that they want, because all that's going to affect the price and how you price that out. When it comes to commercial, I do want to tell you this. Commercial is different than dealership. Dealership in our industry is not commercial. Commercial is companies who care about how they look, how they present to the customer.
Fleet washes.
Fleet maintenance, fleet washes. Not dealerships. So I want to make that distinction very clear, because that's a whole new topic. Right. Dealerships is something we can get into and
probably spend hours on that.
Pretty much, because they're rough and tough, man. And they're, they're a whole new ball game. But back to this, I mean, you need to figure out exactly what services they want and the frequency. Once you determine that, you've got to look at, how long is it going to take you to do it?
Right.
And keep in mind too, commercial counts are a different pay. Absolutely. They're net 30, net 60. So make sure that you've got your COI. Make sure that you've got them signed off, or email or text message from the boss man there signing off on your pricing. That way when it runs up the chain, you do the work and you send the invoice, there's no hiccups there. Yeah. They've got a W-9, they've got your COI, you've got confirmation on the price. I would tell you lock down, I know what you would say, get a credit card on file. If you can do that, Mike's right when he says that. Get a card on file. That way you can just, bing, I'm done, run the card.
Right. I like that insight a lot. I have two things when it comes to commercial accounts. Everything you touched on is exactly right. And it's a whole, that's also hours can be spent talking about commercial accounts.
For sure.
But the first one, when it comes to pricing, know your numbers.
Yes.
Know your revenue per hour goal. Have a pricing sheet. Work off of that.
Yep.
The more you can do, and then when it comes to payment, collecting payment from commercial accounts and working out the nitty gritty on that, do as much as you can before you start the job, if that makes sense, right? Get your paperwork in order, like you were saying, the COIs, your workers' comp, all your paperwork. Make sure that payment is discussed prior with someone who's the decision maker.
For sure.
A lot of the
100%.
times you're going to work with a property manager or a middleman or a manager of a facility.
Yeah.
And they're not the one signing the checks.
No.
Right? So they'll just tell you, go ahead, get it, we'll get it paid.
Yeah.
And then you run into hiccups when you're trying to collect payment.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to chase money. We did it, still sometimes the commercial accounts, you can't help it.
Yeah.
But do as much as you can before. I stress that. Don't just be like, oh my gosh, I just got a great job.
Yeah.
It's big money. I'm going to do it. And then you just put out a lot of money and time yourself. And for maybe a week or two where you're bringing in no other revenue because you're doing this commercial account,
right.
And then you got to wait 90 days for a check.
Yep.
And nobody wants to be there.
Nobody wants to do that, especially in this industry.
Absolutely. And it can cause cash flow issues. So, do as much as you can before, discuss the payment, put it in writing, and definitely schedule your walkarounds with that customer to make sure, hey, listen, we're going to walk around here. You're going to check off that we did a good job. We're going to collect payment at this time.
Yeah.
Right? Some companies will be willing to work with you when it comes to giving them the invoice prior to starting or at the start of the job so they can kind of start the process. But some, like you're saying, some big companies, it doesn't matter. It's net 30, net 60, net 90, whatever it is.
Exactly.
So just do as much as you can before. Make sure you have great, your cash flow. You know your numbers, your cash flow in your company. You can kind of support that wait time and go from there. But it really, commercial accounts comes with a lot of experience, and just get out there and do it. Make relationships.
Yeah, learn it, pick it up as you go. And I will say, if they determine or tell you that it's net 30, net 60, net 90, whatever it is, I mean, me personally, I'm going to go a little bit higher on my prices. And if you're dealing with commercial accounts, they're probably shopping around. Again, I'm going to reiterate this as we've gone over there in another episode. You need to go there. You need to meet with that individual and put eyes on the fleet. This isn't something you do over the phone. I need to make that perfectly clear. This is something, if you're the true entrepreneur and you have the diligence and you're trying to grow and your confidence is there, you need to go and show them who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Get in front of them.
And get that job, man. Get the job. Declare that the job is yours before you even get there.
Absolutely. And get there ASAP.
Yeah,
when it comes to commercial, especially, it's about relationships. They want to know people are going to show up. They're going to do a good job. If something goes wrong, they fix it.
Yes.
Right? That's what they're more concerned about. So if you get out there in front of them, quickly, give them a detailed quote, answer any questions they have, offer to show up to a meeting when they're going to present it to whoever's the decision maker, whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make the relationship, because sometimes even if your price is higher, they will go with you because they know they can trust you. Yeah, and that's huge. Some are based on strictly on price and whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're not going to get all of them, but again, these pointers should help you, Gerald, and yeah, man. Let us know how it goes, man. We're curious to know. We want to just follow up with you, man. And if you have any further questions, let me know.
And the bare basic answer to your question, and I would say, to sum it up, is know your numbers, know your revenue per hour.
Yep, that's good.
You know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Quote it. Yep. You know. Question number 2, though. Sarah, Overland Park, Kansas City.
Come on.
Sarah from Overland Park.
Let's go. I got to shout out to Overland Park.
Yeah, you know it? You know Overland Park?
I lived in Overland Park for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
In my 20s, 20 to 21. Let's go.
Okay.
Some downtown Kansas, boy. That was...
Good stuff. You know Sarah?
Nah. No, Rachel listening in. You're like, oh, yeah, who's Sarah?
Who's Sarah? All right, Sarah, can you elaborate a little on selling services over the phone when it comes to smaller jobs specifically? Wow, well, we did go over this. I think Sarah listened to the, one of the other ones.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. Sarah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, have your prices. So for us, we have a couple different packages, 3 primary packages: top tier, middle tier, lower tier. I can get in this and elaborate a little bit more, but I'm not trying to give away my secret sauce on what I call my packages. I think it's very unique in this industry that we're in. But anyway, have those tiers and always start with that top tier. Yeah. And, this is sales 101, right? Give them the top tier package. And when you say the price, shut up.
Right. That's the biggest thing in sales is don't say a word after you present the numbers.
Be quiet.
Man.
Let them talk. And I've been on the phone and heard crickets.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, so
I love the awkwardness. I mean, we could do a whole special on sales.
But yeah, you could. We should. We should go deep dive. Man, if y'all want that, you're gonna have to comment on the video. Let us know. We're gonna deep dive into
because
that.
there is a lot of science behind it in psychology.
Yes.
And when you're presenting numbers and you sit there and you're smiling and you're nodding and you don't say a word, and you hand them a pencil to sign, or even if you're on the phone, whatever it is, silence. You don't want to talk yourself out of a deal.
Yes.
You don't want to give them the objection to why they shouldn't buy.
Right.
So shut your mouth. Stay quiet, and they'll either say yes or they'll give you an objection.
That's good,
and
Mike.
Then you can handle it.
Yeah. Elaborate on your package to the T, and then end it with the price and be quiet.
Absolutely.
That's it. And then if they say, well, that's a little bit too much, or I don't need all that, go to your next package.
Absolutely.
So forth and so on until you land on a package. Once you establish which package they need, obviously, if price is still an issue, there are some tax there that you can do. And we discussed this in prior episode.
Absolutely.
Mikey would say, eliminate services. Yeah,
the takeaway.
Not price. Discount services, not price.
Right.
Yeah.
And selling over the phone for me, it's tough, and that's very hard to do, in my opinion, to sell over the phone. So if you can master that, you can master anything.
Yep. Find common ground.
Exactly. And I would say my only advice, when starting, especially with smaller ticket items, just ask the right questions. You know, a lot of people are just giving prices over the phone. I do this for this amount, this for this amount, this for, whatever.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Hey, thanks for calling, first of all, but how'd you hear about us?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What exactly do you need? Why do you want your car clean?
Yeah. That's good.
And they feel like you're trying to help them.
Yes.
Right.
Because when they call, it's all frantic.
Right.
Hey, I need to get this car detailed. Blah, blah. Whoa. Hey, man, where's that accent from?
Right.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Because you can't, when you're in person, it's easy to build rapport.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
When you're on the phone, it's hard. You have to do it kind of quickly, too.
Yes, but you got to do it.
You got to do it.
It's important. If you're going to sell that person, you got to do it. And then, so if you go over all those 3 packages and they're still arguing with the price, like Mike says, you can discount services. Don't really discount the price. One thing that I love to do is offer them discounts. So like I like to do this if they're still on the I feel like this is the closing rate for us. This is what shoots us through the
Especially
roof.
if they're all on the fence on it.
Yeah, if they're on the fence, man, closing them with a discount, first time customer discount, veteran, first responder, medical worker, teacher, I don't care. Find something to give them 10% off and they, you know what it is? It's not even about the 10%. It's not even about the money then.
Right.
It's about you as a company are discounting them for being a teacher, being a veteran, being a first-time customer.
And that could be your sales system. If that's built into your price and that's going to be your closing model, that's already built in. It's not that you're giving away your profit. If it's built into your price and that's your closing tool, that works just fine.
That's good.
It's just like the car business. You know, well, let me find what discounts I can get for you.
Yeah.
Did you work for General Motors?
Exactly.
Did you do you have a non, another lease in the household? Whatever it is, you're finding them discounts. You're not just giving money away, so
that's good.
Either way can do it. But on the phone, my basic answer would, be slow the conversation down, take control of the conversation.
Yes.
And you should be good. But like I said, that's not my specialty. That's more your specialty over the phone. You
said it, man. That's it.
So Sarah, good luck.
Yeah.
Let us know. Track your numbers, closing ratios, all that.
Absolutely.
Question number 3. Aaron from Fort Lauderdale. It's right up the road.
Nice.
What can I use to remove pitting off old chrome rims?
Well, that's easy.
That's all you.
Yeah, man. Hey, thank you. Yeah, thanks for sending that. Man, it's real simple. Soapy water solution and some steel wool, fine steel wool. Like,
where do you get that?
You can get that at Home Depot.
Just fine steel wool.
Yeah, fine steel wool, man. They come in these little balls. And soapy water solution. Obviously, clean the rim. Soapy water solution. Take the steel wool, and you'll see the pitting just kind of start to be dissolved with that process. Nice. Once you're done, you can hit it with, our product of the week. We can go right into it.
Just happens to be the wheel ass.
That's it. Let's go.
Awesome. So you hit this after the soapy water with the steel wool.
Yeah, so our wheel acid, basically this 1 gallon container mixed 1 part product, 4 parts water makes 5 gallons of usable product. Wow. Can you cut it more and stretch it out? Absolutely. Hey everyone, I just want to interrupt this video real quick to show you what our wheel acid cleaner can do out in the field. Check this out.
Long barrel with the trigger finger on the pressure washer, not a super soaker. No chipping like a cold shoulder. Got experience like getting older. Do it right, no do over. Our core values are sure valued with more values than Apple Pay. Bend backwards when we bend over. Clean cracks and remove odors.
As you can see, our wheel acid cleaner is super convenient and easy to use. You can find it at detaillabz.com. And also, if you like the content, like the video, check us out on all of our social media platforms. On chrome, this is going to be killer to make those shine. Black rims as well, any kind of surface rims. The one note that I will make on this product is be really careful if you have polished aluminum. Applying this to polished aluminum is going to ruin the finish.
Right.
And it's going to dull the aluminum to where you're going to have to polish it again.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Exactly. Now, if you have big trucks that you're using this on, like 18-wheelers, and you got the gas tanks that aren't polished, but they're dirty, like they got diesel runoff fuel, grease, and grime on it, spraying this on there, you'll notice it'll start to foam up, and then you pressure wash it off. They're going to notice that you did that.
Nice.
And it's going to stand out, and you're going to have that wow factor.
So you just put that in like a little spray bottle?
Yeah, this is basically aluminum bright. I mean, for all of you guys in this industry, I mean, we're going to shoot you straight here. But this product is, this is the end all when it comes.
Nice.
This is some
that's
of the
going
best
to save you money
because
that's concentrated, so you can mix it yourself, save some money.
It's concentrated. Yep, absolutely. You find us on our website, detaillabz.com. We'll have a link in the description. And this is it. This is our go-to. This is what we use in the field day in, day out.
You know what I love about Detail Labs and especially these products?
Tell me.
Because they're concentrated, right? It's the real deal.
Yes.
It's the purest form of the chemical.
That's it.
Right? We're saving people on their bottom line. There's only so much you can do when it comes to raising your prices and get more revenue in.
Yep.
At some point, you got to focus on your margins.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And this is how you do it, right?
You've got to focus on margins because that in the end all, that's going to increase your revenue.
Love it.
So that's what we call tightening up your loose ends.
There you go.
So yes, when it comes to products, let us help you. Man, the thing that makes us cool and unique is people reach out to me all the time. You know, I build relationships with my customers. I answer questions for my customers.
Absolutely.
You know, they get in a tough situation. Man, Nick, what do I do here? You know, and we're going to problem solve with you. It's almost like we're a partner with you.
Absolutely. I mean, even local detailers call you all the time for advice.
Man, Rachel's like, how many times me and Rachel went out to eat dinner or lunch yesterday, and the phone was ringing with problems.
Yeah.
And it's just detailers. You know, one called about PPF, the other one called about orange peel because he did a touch up paint. You know, I'm like, man, if you're doing touch up paint, bro, you should, you know, you got to know sometimes you got to wet sand or polish that out. You need some heavier grit or compound to cut through that.
Right.
You know, and just problem solving stuff here and there. You know, but my line's open, and I think that's what makes us unique as a company, and that's how we just give back to our customers who support us, man. And I wouldn't change it for nothing, dude. I love it.
I love it, dude. That's awesome. Well, we're happy to be here. We love going over this stuff.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you guys. I think that about wraps us up, man. And we can't wait till next week's episode. We're going to hop right into it. But, man, as always, we appreciate the support. Continue to bring in the questions. Like, share, man, follow us, subscribe to us, man. Put the alerts on so you know when the new videos drop. And, man, we appreciate you guys. Until next time, we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Get it, got it, we good. Everything is all good.